Hey guys, it's Ms. Castor. Go ahead and turn to Unit 11 packet. If you do not have it right there in front of you, go ahead and grab it and pause the video so that you are with me while we take notes. Go ahead and turn to page 2 in your packet. Here's our little intro, okay? Graph each inequality on a number line. We did this last semester. So m is greater than -5. I'm going to label my number line right here. So I've got -6, -5, -4. Now I'm going to go to -5, which is right here. And it says it is everything greater than -5, not greater than or equal to. So I'm going to put an open circle at -5, and then I'm going to shade everything that is to the right. It's everything right here. Okay? Now, number 2. X is less than or equal to 3. So again, I'm going to create a number line. X is less than or equal to 3. So since it's less than or equal to, I'm going to put a closed circle. And then everything that's less than, so where are my numbers less than 3? They're to the left. So I'm going to shade everything to the left of 3. Okay? So going from there, we're going to look at graphing linear inequalities. Alright, so we know that this is the less than sign. So instead of it being an open circle, like it is up at the top, it is going to be a dotted line. So whenever we graph it, we're going to graph it with a dotted line. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's say I have this line right here. I have a dotted line. And then I need to shade below my line because it's less than. So I look at my y's and I figure out where are my y's less than the intersection right here. Well, they're at the bottom. So I'm going to shade below. And this is all based on where my y values decrease. Okay, so this is for if the line just says less than. Alright, so if you are given an inequality that says greater than, it's going to also be a dotted line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that for us. We have this dotted line right here. Alright, and then instead of shading below, we're going to shade above. Because above the line is where my y values increase. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to shade above my line. Okay. This one down here, we have a less than or equal to sign. So instead of a dotted line like these two up here where it's actually going to be a solid line. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Solid line, and we're going to shade below again. We're shading below because the y values get less than the line below it. Alright. My greater than or equal to sign is also going to be a solid line. So let's draw that. and then I'm going to shade above, because that's where my y values get greater. Okay, I'm going to do an example with you. So look down further your page. But before I do that, let's talk about the solution of a linear inequality. The solution is anything that makes the inequality true. Makes the inequality true. Also, when we're graphing, it is anything in the shaded region. So anything in the shaded region. Alright, so with that in mind, let's take a look down here. Graph the following inequalities, circle any solutions. Okay, so looking at this, we can see that it says y is greater than. So greater than, my line is going to be solid or dotted. It's going to be dotted. And then if it's greater than, well, where do my y's get greater? Above. So I'm going to shade above. Okay, so now that I know that, let's go ahead and graph this line. So 1/2 x minus 3, I know that my y-intercept is this -3 right here. So 1, 2, 3, -3, and then my 1/2 is my slope. So I'm going to have rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. I'm going to leave it at that and then graph this line. It's dotted. It's going to look something along the lines of this right here. Okay? Now, as far as shading goes, I need to shade above my line. So, I shade everything above this line. Okay? So whenever I shade above the line, let's take a look at these points down here. We have -2, -3. So I have -2, -3. 1, 2, 3. Is that point in the shaded region? Yes. So I'm going to circle that one because it is a solution. All right, let's check out 3, -3. 3, 1, 2, 3, -3, 1, 2, 3. That is not in the shaded region, so that is not one of the solutions. Let's check out 2, -2. 2, -2. This one is right on the line. Whenever we have an inequality and it says greater than, or if it says less than, then it cannot be on the line. So this 2, -2 is not a solution. Alright, we're going to move on to number 2 over here. We can see that the line will be solid. Okay. Also, we know it says y is less than or equal to, so we know we are going to shade where the y's are less, which is below. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph this line. I know that my y-intercept is +1. So I'm going to plot that point first. My slope is 2, so it's 2 over 1. So I rise 2, 1, 2, I run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Go ahead and do that down here also. So I have a solid line that I'm going to use to graph this. About like that. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the shading. We are shading below, so we are going to shade everything that's in this area down here. Okay, so let's look at C. -1, -2. So I have -1, -2. Is that in the shaded region? Yes. So that is a solution. 2, 5. 1, 2, up 5. That is right on the line. Well, my inequality says y that is less than or equal to. So it can be on my line. So that also is a solution. Now we have negative 1, 1. Negative 1, positive 1. That is not a solution because it is not in the shaded region. Okay? Now, I need for you to do number 3 and number 4 on your own. Bring those to class with you. Also, if you get brave and want to do a little bit more, then on page 4 right here, don't forget to change to y equals mx plus b. So it needs to be in slope-intercept form. Okay? If you need help with that, I would love to help you in class tomorrow or the next time I will see you. But other than that, I definitely need for you to do number 3 and 4 on your own before class tomorrow. I will see y'all soon. Have a great rest of the day.